let's get to our WWE block. It's SummerSlam reaction. That's what it was, man. 2-night event up in Minneapolis, Minnesota. As I said earlier today, those of you who didn't cap the opening bell, night 2 was better than night 1 and it only took 10 minutes. But before I get to that part, let's go back to night 1, shall we? And let's look at what took place at SummerSlam. Some of my main takeaways from night 1. Brock Lesnar officially passes the torch to Obafemi as Obafemi beat Brock Lesnar inside Hell in a Cell. Now, first and foremost, before we get to the touching moment and what Brock Lesnar did after the match. That Hell in a Cell match fell short. They could have did especially, that was the main event of night 1, by the way, which means you had time to do what you needed to do to make that match feel as it's supposed to should. But you didn't. You fell short, WWE. Let's call it what it is. That Hell in a Cell match fell short. It literally fell short. But we did get the result that we wanted. Obafemi beating Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar passing him the torch. Gave him a hug after the match. Took the mic, said Brock Lesnar pointed to us saying he was the past. Pointed to Obafemi, saying he was the future. Pretty much passing the torch to Obafemi. So, no doubt. We got the result that we wanted. The match itself was not how we wanted to live up to, especially you want to talk about hell in a cell. Okay. We're just gonna keep it a buck. That wasn't the type of Hell in a Cell match we was looking forward to. We're not saying they had to go all out and break each other and go through the cage and climb the cage and all that stuff. Y'all could have been a little more monstrous towards each other, though. Let's keep it up. Y'all could have been a little more monstrous towards each other inside Hell in a Cell. That's number 1. Number 2, takeaway from night 1. Randy Orton is back. And he's back for Cody Rhodes. The first surprise return was Randy Orton. Referee gets knocked down. Randy Orton slides into the ring. Referee gets knocked down. CM Punk gets knocked out of the ring. Randy Orton slides into the ring. RKO's Cody Rhodes, gives a wink to the crowd and the camera. Slides away. CM Punk gets in. Go to sleep to Cody Rhodes. CM Punk retains the Undisputed Championship. But the fact that Randy Orton's back is what people cared about. And another thing, that Cody Rhodes is not fighting for a championship now. And we're going to keep it a buck. People were getting tired of seeing Cody Rhodes in the title picture. They want a break from Cody Rhodes in the title picture. With Randy Orton back, now we have opportunity to move Cody Rhodes away from the title picture and have him and Randy feud like how people have been waiting on them to feud. Now we have a feud now. Okay. So Randy Orton returning, costing Cody Rhodes the Undisputed title. Can't be more happy about that. It's good job. Good work. Good work. And I know one person who's definitely happy, my sister. She said, I said 2 of the 3 people that actually returned. Yes, you did. And she's also glad that Cody Rhodes lost too. Things happen. And we got that one. That's my second takeaway from night 1. My third takeaway from night 1. Nick Aldis was impressive against Gunther. Of course, we didn't believe that Nick Aldis was going to win the match. Like, that would be killing everything Gunther is trying to do. But hey. But Nick Aldis was impressive. I've never seen Nick Aldis wrestle personally because I never watched him when he was in TNA. I never watched him when he was in NWA. So this was my first time getting to see Nick Aldis in the ring, taking off the suit, not be a GM and be a competitor. I was impressed, man. I was impressed with Nick Aldis. That was a good fight with Gunther. A very good fight with Gunther. I gotta admit, Nick Aldis, okay, I can see why people talked about it. I see why people couldn't wait to see you in a WWE ring. That was impressive. Gunther got the win. I can care less about that. I just wanted to see how Nick Aldis was gonna look in the ring, and he looked good. I enjoyed it. Great physique too. That was a great physique. Yes. So Nick Aldis, great job, man. If you go in the ring again, I would not complain. If you do another match, I would not complain. You was impressive against Gunther. You really was. I enjoy seeing Nick Aldis put on strapping up the boots and throwing hands. That was good to see. So I'm gonna rock with that one. I'm gonna rock with that one. That's my takeaway number 3. Number 4 from night 1. Solo Sikoa was the X factor of the entire night. Solo Sikoa. Solo Sikoa, LA Knight, Orski's got the win over the Bloodline. This win is going to push LA Knight as it should because LA Knight's the one they're trying to position towards Roman Reigns. But it's Solo Sikoa who is the star of that one. It is Solo. Y'all cannot convince me otherwise that anybody else was more of an impact person of night 1 than Solo. Solo is on. To see him run it back on Jey Uso was hilarious. That was funny. That was funny. Solo is coming to his own as a babyface, man. This is great to see. But Solo, he is the guy from night 1. If y'all want to give a star power or MVP or whatnot to somebody from night 1, it is Solo Sikoa. And I don't think it's nobody else as close. Yeah, I get that Randy Orton return and cost him the title. Yes, Femi won and got the victory over Brock Lesnar. But we're really going to be 100% accurate and going to keep it a buck. Solo Sikoa was the man on night 1. Solo Sikoa was the man. I love what he did, what he brought into that match. I just loved it. All right. My sister says, yeah, RKO his title. After he gets done with Cody Rhodes, then we can talk about that. She agrees with me that she never seen Nick Aldis wrestle either, but he did great. And yes, Solo, man. Solo is definitely one. I can't even lie. Solo is that guy. He is. Man, Solo's that good. I'm enjoying that one. But that was night 1. Other results on night 1, Liv Morgan retained her title against Io Sky. That was disappointing, but I figured as much when Raquel won the IC title from Sol Ruken. I kind of figured they was going to find a way to make sure that Liv Morgan kept that title, especially when they come out and ESPN did what they did, saying that Liv Morgan hasn't defended her title in 100 days of her reign. And then, yeah. Thank y'all did Io Sky a service, by the way, because I told y'all what was going to happen. Io Sky going to win Queen of the Ring. She was going to pick Liv Morgan again, and it wasn't going to happen. Even though I did pick Io Sky because I thought she was cursed. That curse was lifted once Raquel. The curse was lifted once Raquel won that darn title. Once Raquel won the title, I knew like, okay, Liv Morgan is no longer cursed. They ain't even going to do that no more. Liv Morgan ain't even cursed no more. She's gonna keep her title. Once Raquel won on Monday night, I already knew that was gonna happen. So yeah, that there was 6 matches on that card. I'm getting a match. I'm probably getting a match because I didn't care about it that much, but that was night 1. Let's go to night 2. My takeaways from night 2 of SummerSlam. Number 1 and the most obvious one, Roman Reigns slayed his final demon in Seth Rollins. And he did it cleanly. I'm going to say that again. Roman Reigns slayed his final demon, and he did it cleanly. No shenanigans, no controversy, no underhand tactics, no interference. Roman Reigns beat Seth Rollins in the middle of the ring as clean as you can do it. So what are we going to do now? What are we going to say about the tribal chief now? What are we going to say about tribal chief now? He beat the one person who had his number, and he didn't have no help to do it. By the way, great, wonderful match between Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. That match was crazy. That match was so crazy to the point where you believed somebody was coming to interfere in this match. That's how crazy that match was. Nobody never came. Nobody ever came. The turning point of that match, Roman Reigns grabbed that chair that Seth Rollins introduced, and he had the shot to repay Seth Rollins for that chair shot. He didn't do it. He threw the chair down and said, "No, I'm going to end this the correct way," in which he did. So the tribal chief is still the tribal chief and the world heavyweight champion. And the world champion. Love that. Sister says when he did the gunshot on SmackDown was too funny. I watched that like 4 times. Solo's interesting. Solo is very interesting. Shout out to Kevin. What's going on, Kevin? Kevin says Trick Williams was the last brother holding a title. Everybody else is white or Samoan. Yeah, Baron Corbin is the new United States champion. I can talk about that real quick. It's not part of my takeaways, but we can talk about that real quick. Yeah. I was nervous because I said Trick wins, but I had to rethink about it. I'm like, usually when somebody comes back, they usually win it and they challenge for a title. They usually come back how they do it. But I think me and Cool, we'll be so caught up in Trick wins that we weren't thinking about the circumstances that it was and all that. But there are people out there, Kevin, despite Trick Williams, but there are people out there that believe that this was a way to get Trick Williams ready for Money in the Bank, to get him to move up to the main event level and see where he's at in the main event spot. I'm kind of iffy on that because LA Knight is also supposed to be a challenger for Roman Reigns. So LA Knight on Raw, Trick Williams on SmackDown. It's going to be interesting to see how Money in the Bank goes. If they was to go ahead and just say LA Knight's #1 contender for Roman Reigns, then yeah, Trick Williams most likely can win Money in the Bank. And that'll be interesting to see. But if they do not make LA Knight the #1 contender or the next opponent for Roman Reigns, then it gets a little interesting. And now remember, Money in the Bank is in October, not September. Your next special event for WWE comes in September 6th. My sister write that down. That is on a Sunday, and that's when Sunday night main event. It'll be right there where you reside in Atlanta, Georgia. For once, they are doing a main event to where it's not close to a PLE. So hopefully, and this is a hopeful sign coming from me, that WWE does something when they go to Atlanta on September 6th for Sunday's night's main event. Hopefully, that'll be the day before Labor Day. For those of you trying to figure it out, the day before Labor Day is Sunday night's main event, and it's going to be in Atlanta, Georgia. So hopefully when they do that, because Money in the Bank is now until October 10th, if I remember correctly. So they have a lead. They have a gap from SummerSlam to Sunday's night main event, and then they have a gap from Sunday night's main event to Money in the Bank. If they don't do nothing, I'm saying this right now, if they don't do nothing with Sunday night's main event when they go to Atlanta, just kill the entire main event thing because it doesn't work. You're only doing four of them a year. It shouldn't be hard to come up with a good, decent show for the main event. Whether it's Saturday night's main event or Sunday night's main event, it shouldn't be that difficult to come up with a show. You just don't schedule it around the same time. You better have a PLE. So if they don't do nothing in September for this event, let's be done with it completely. All right. Now, that match was long. But man, for that match to be long and that crowd to still be into it, they was doing their job. I give them that because that Minnesota crowd was still into it every moment of it. But yes, back to my takeaways. Roman Reigns say his final demon, Still the World Heavy Champion. Takeaway number 2, also obvious. Kevin Owens returning. Moment, surprise, pop of the night of all SummerSlam weekend. Kevin Owens returning. Kevin Owens returned. And shout out to Nick Aldis again. He went from a wrestler on Saturday to back being the GM Sunday. And he put Gunther in the match, surprisingly. And it was like, oh, but he didn't say, I didn't say I was just putting one person in there. This is supposed to be a fatal 4-way in my regard. So we need one more participant for this match. Kevin Owens music hit. That stadium lost it. I lost it. Kevin Owens is back from 17 months absent with a serious neck injury that probably should have ended his career, and it didn't. He came back in a fatal 4-way number contendership match. He wins the match. Now he is the No.1 Contender for the Undisputed Championship, meaning that is him versus CM Punk. That's the matchup. That's going to be an interesting one. Kevin Owens and CM Punk. There was I'm glad you put that in the comment. My sister says, I miss Kevin so much. I thought he wasn't coming back. It was close to him not coming back. I was listening to him on the post show after night 1. It was close to him not coming back. It was literally almost about a month. If I remember, I think he said a month before SummerSlam is when he got cleared, that the doctors finally saw the result they was looking for. That's how close it was for him not coming back at all. He was that close away for being done because his neck was not healing the way that the doctors wanted him to. But like a month before SummerSlam, he got the doctors got the look that they wanted to look at, and it's like, hey, you can go back in wrestling. And here Kevin Owens is. Like, that's how close it was for him not coming back. This literally like the 17th month, the 17th hour, he finally got cleared. So, but shout out to Kevin Owens, man, sticking with it, staying with it, doing what he needed to do to get to where he wanted to get back to wrestling. And you can tell he missed wrestling because he ain't come out and just timid back into it. He came out full guns blazing when he came back. That Kevin Owens like, yeah, I did tell the doctors and my family that I was gonna take it easy, but yeah, I'm not doing that. Yeah, they gonna get everything that I got to offer in this ring as long as I'm here. I'm like, Kevin Owens ain't playing around. Kevin ain't playing around. So shout out to Kevin. My sister said she watched it too. That was great. Him and Punk up next. I'm looking forward to see how that feud starts Friday night on SmackDown. Knowing how WWE, they might start that tonight. They like doing stuff that don't make sense, but that's gonna be an interesting feud for the Undisputed Championship. That's my second takeaway from night 2. My third takeaway from night 2. My sister says Chelsea Green went off 2 on a post show. That is my third takeaway. Chelsea Green, the interim WWE Women's Champion. The interim Chelsea Green reached the mountaintop. And you know what? I'm not even mad at it. Going back and seeing what Chelsea Green been through in her career. Matter of fact, the fact that she is still wrestling as she had open heart surgery is remarkable. Because having heart surgery, that is a very delicate surgery to have. And to come back from that, just like everyone came back from a neck injury, I can't even be mad. I am Chelsea Green. Hey, we're running with it. You've been through some things, and I'll be honest with you. Chelsea Green has been the one in the women's division who has been willing to do anything and everything WWE asked her to do. She will take the most craziest, ridiculous bumps because they asked her to do it, and she would do it. So I think this one right here is a well-deserved payoff for Chelsea Green because of what she has gone through. Well-deserved. I've not been the biggest fan of Chelsea Green and is known to people that know me. But in this one, I am not going to take this one from her. She has earned it for everything she's been through. She earned it. Now, how long will she keep? Will she keep it long enough for Rhea Ripley to return to have that match, or will it end up being her just having it for that moment? She loses it to set up a bigger match for Rhea Ripley whenever she returns, because we don't have a timetable for Rhea Ripley return. So that's going to be something to look out for. How long is Rhea Ripley actually going to be out before she returns? That's the question. My sister's happy for Chelsea Green. It's like everybody else. I haven't seen one bad post about Chelsea Green being champion. She's hilarious as well. She can be funny. But shout out to Chelsea Green. You earned it. I can't take that away from you. You earned it. You've been through a lot. You have done a lot. You enjoy it. You reached the mountaintop. Speaking of reaching mountains, it's not the mountaintop, but speaking of reaching mountains, and my final takeaway from night 2. Chad Gable finally did it. Chad Gable finally did it. He captured the elusive singles title where he defeated Penta for the Intercontinental Championship in his hometown of Minneapolis, Minnesota. You want to talk about journeys? And this is one of the storyline wise. Well, when it came to Chelsea Green, it was both storyline and real life wise. Because I'm not playing. When I found out she had open heart surgery and she came back to work, I was like, yeah, I can't even hate her no more. I really can't. Because that's a scary thing to think about. I have open heart surgery. But Chad Gable, storyline wise, what a turnaround for Chad Gable. This man, Daryl Aspire, started with losing opportunities at the Intercontinental Championship. Then it continued when he kept losing to luchadors like Penta, Ray Felix, Dragon Lee, Rey Mysterio, to the point where he became the Grande Americano. Then renamed to the original American Grande Americano because the other Grande Americano took his spot when he was out. So that Maz versus Maz match between the two Grande Americanos, to where he lost and had to be on Maz. And people are still calling this the match of the year to this day right now. And I don't deny it. That was one hell of a match. Oh my God, that was a match. I haven't seen a match better than that yet. So he returning to WWE from being Grande Americano to making amends with the luchadors, to try to make amends with Afro Academy, Otis, Tozawa, and then Maxine Dupree before she ended up joining the Vision and Austin Theory. To Chad Gable to beat Penta in his hometown to win the Intercontinental Championship, a title that started this whole process of Chad Gable. I'm happy for Chad Gable, man. Happy for Chad Gable. When you talk about storylines, that when you see a story of a wrestler and everything he's been through to finally get to where he wanted to get to, you enjoy the ride. Chad Gable went on a ride that people enjoyed. Started off bad, didn't like him. Then he turned it around. Became good at the Lucha Libre way. Been respected for the Lucha Libre, how he represented Lucha Libre in AAA. To coming back, seeing the era of his rise, how he treated people, to now becoming Intercontinental Championship. That's how you tell a story of a wrestler. That's how you do it. WWE did that the correct way. Now people are happy to see Chad Gable have the Intercontinental Championship. What he's going to do with it, that's to be determined now. Because we never seen Chad Gable as a singles champion. So now the unknown is to be revealed now. How would Chad Gable be as a champion going forward? Can he still ride the wave with the crowd behind him when he goes from town to town as Intercontinental Champion? Can he elevate that title to make it mean something? Even though that's a hard task to do because WWE has not been doing a great job of having none of their mid-card titles mean something that includes the United States Championship too. But that's how you tell a story of a wrestler. Spiral out of control, treated people one way, try to mock a certain group. He goes into that territory of that certain group, realizes what he's doing, learns the way, makes amends for it, and now he's champion. It's the comeback story that everybody loves. It's the redemption story everybody loves. One thing about American people, they love redemption stories, they love comeback stories. They love the turnaround stories when you was one way and you realized the error of your ways you and you corrected it. They love them type of stories, and that's what they did with Chad Gable. That's why it's working now. Can they continue to make it work going forward? We shall see. My sister says she always liked Chelsea Green. I wasn't one of them. That's all I'm saying. I wasn't one of them. I was not one of them. That's all I'm saying. So that is the WWE block